Nerd Radio, the world's best indie hip hop.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy D Sick, aka the Rap Nerd. We are here with another episode of Rap Nerd Radio, and I'm excited to talk to this guy, man. We got somebody that I can tell is a veteran in the game, hence his name. He has several projects out now, got another one upcoming with Complex the producer. I can't wait to hear it. And we got Kingsize the Vet on here today, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on, bro?
What up?
Yeah, man. Hey, glad to have you on, man. I appreciate your time first and foremost.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. And I just want to know, like, before we jump into the music and everything, I just want to know when did you first fall in love with hip hop? Because, from rap nerd to rap nerd, I can see when people are really passionate about this thing. So I want to know, when did you first fall in love with hip hop?
Yeah, since I came on my mom's stomach, like my dad was a DJ, so he listened to all kind of music. But the first joint he had was he had Sugar Hill Gang. When he started playing that, I liked that too though. But then Herbie Hancock had a joint called Rocket, and in
Yeah.
my hood, like everybody was pop locking and breaking. And so we like had the cardboard boxes, but my pops was a DJ, so everybody would come to our crib. And then he would have like the cardboard out and play all the like, all the dope stuff, um Planet Rock, all that type stuff. So kind of been on that B-boy since I was like a real little tyke. So yeah, most definitely, man. But I really started falling in love with it like when because I was fat all my life. So when the Fat Boys came out, that's when I knew that's something I wanted to do. Fat Boys and Run DMC. So
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. For sure, man. Hey, I feel like that's a good start. Coming in with the b-boying, and you definitely got into the scratching. I could tell you got that from your pops and everything. Like, tell me, how long did it take for you to really get nice with that? Because I'm starting to do a little bit of DJing as well myself, and scratching is not an easy thing. So tell me, how long did it take you to get good with that?
I mean, like in my hood, cause it's like it was a I lived in Waukegan, Illinois, North Chicago. That
Mhm.
area, it wasn't a lot of DJs, so they was kind of gatekeeping. They was cool with me, but they was kind of gatekeeping. So I kind of had to find my own way. I kind of taught myself how to scratch. Like a lot of cats have scratch academies and all this. I had to teach myself how to scratch, and at a young age, I was okay, but I wasn't that good. I didn't get good until maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, because when I really got into it, I was older, and then turntables was kind of played out, and everybody's getting into the digital type stuff. So that's when I just left it alone and just got deeper into rapping. But then when I took an investment out and just bought some turntables, and then I was like, okay, let me try this on my own. And then I just started getting good with it, learning all the different rhythms and the turntables, and it was the different vinyl was cheaper to get because nobody was back then. When I was young, I couldn't afford it. Spend your
Mhm.
lunch money. A single was like $6, but now it's like nobody buys vinyl, so it's easier to get like dope records for like $2, $3. You know what I mean? So I got all
Mhm.
those old instrumentals now, and that's what I just dabble with, and that just got me back into it because I was trying to scratch with the waves like you talking about. When you scratch with a controller, it sucks. Some people are good at it. I hate it because I don't want to look down at a screen. I want to feel it.
Yeah, that's
So,
what I was gonna get into next. I was gonna ask you, how do you feel about? I know that your preference is the traditional turntables, but how do you feel about the digital CDJs? I forget, is that what it's called? But yeah, how you feel about those versus the regular turntables?
bro, check. Let me show you how sophisticated it is now. I'm gonna answer your question, but look, this is how sophisticated it is now, dude. This little thing, you could take this thing anywhere,
Mm,
Bluetooth with your phone, and a little mini speaker, and you could rock anywhere. So I like it both, but I found out a technique how to scratch on this without looking at the wave files. I feel like with DJing, producing, rapping, if the outcome is good and it's dope and it's what you're good at, keep doing that. Like I'm gonna get back to the DJing part, but just for example, like with the pocket producers, you know how they have like the little, you can like cut and paste a little, they call them like pocket reloop like producers, where they got like a little you get your phone and you got like a little app where you can just reloop beats. If the beat is dope, I don't care how you make the beat. If the beat is dope and it sound original, I don't care if you use Fruity Loops. I don't care if you use like a keyboard. Everybody don't gotta have a big old MPC and being there for like 3 years chopping up stuff. If your beat is dope and that's what you're good at, go with that. The outcome is all that matters. And if it's from the heart, that's all that matters. So I'm down with both sides.
Okay, okay, that's good to know, man. Because like for people like myself that just dibble dabble in it and that just kind of got into it a little late, sometimes we worry, like, well, some people don't worry, but people be like, oh, am I doing it right? The people that really appreciate the art form are gonna, I want to make sure that I'm still doing okay with the digital.
Yeah. Yep. Nope. Digital is good. It don't matter what it is. If it come out dope, that's all that matter. And it's like I said, it's a lot of gatekeepers. It's a
Yeah,
lot of people that feel like, I feel like this. We all grown men and we all men, right?
yeah,
So whatever I want to do is what I want to do. You can't, unless you cutting checks for me, you know what I mean, and telling me if it's my job to make beats for you and you want them a certain way, then that's cool. But just cause, like for example, just cause DJ Qbert scratch a certain way, a lot of these new school DJs who've been out for like 10, 15 years, they think the whole format is scratching like DJ Qbert. But they don't understand in hip hop, you can't bite somebody else's style. Like you know what I'm trying to say? You gotta come
hmm
with something different. You gotta be just as good as somebody else, but it gotta be different. But now everybody, if you sound different, you're whack. If you ain't using the MPC, then you ain't the real boom bap DJ. No. If the music sound good and it sound like if an MC can rock over it, for example, if an East Coast MC can rap over the beat, it don't matter what you use to make
right.
it sound like an East Coast beat. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying?
It don't matter if it came from FL Studio, Ableton, as long as you know what to do with the software or the
Yep.
hardware, then
Yep.
that's all that really matters. Like I
Yep.
know a lot of times even artists that are looking for beats, they're not usually gonna ask like, oh, what was this beat made with? They don't care just as long as the
Nope.
beat sound good.
Exactly. It's all gatekeeping and competition about. It's supposed to be a community of hip hop, but everybody wants to try to sun somebody else when it doesn't even matter. Like I have people DM me saying, "Oh, I see how you scratch. Your wrist should be like this. Why should my wrist be like that when this is the way I scratch and my stuff sounds the way it sounds? I'm doing something. I'm manipulating the way I want to manipulate it on purpose. I'm not trying to have my wrist flick like whoever the hot new underground
Yeah.
battle DJ is. That's
There's no
not me.
magic, there's no magic formula to it.
Right. But they
Facts.
got they got they got DJ academies out there where cats literally go online and watch somebody else's style and learn how to scratch like them. Which is cool. If you're trying to learn how to scratch, it's cool. But to the point where you mimicking his whole style, you know,
Mhm.
take a little bit from it, but then become your own.
Right, right. And then another question about DJing, real quick. You know how on the digital, one thing that be saving my life is I got that sync button. Now, is there a way to do a sync type of function on just the regular turntables?
No.
Not at all.
You gotta be old school. You gotta know every single beat per minute. Now those were scientists back then,
Man.
like Jam Master Jay,
Uh huh.
um, oh my gosh, DJ Red Alert, and all these other cats, because those cats were really taking the vinyl and taking every record and mixing the records together completely, nonstop, straight live. That's some scientific type stuff. And I never got into that. I would do a mix. I probably had like 6 songs, and then I would stop it. You know what I mean? Then figure out, then throw another song in. But no, I love the digital DJing, man. Sync that mug up. Because here's the difference you're gonna win with. If you got beats that ain't nobody else got, and you got sounds and stuff ain't nobody else got, when that mug drop, no matter what you playing, that's all the crowd care about. It's two different things. Art is for you to be at home and say, I love doing this. This is fun. This is from my heart. When you about to rock a crowd, you better come correct. If I'm rocking the crowd in my area and I'm about to drop and I want it to blow up, I'm not gonna be, I'm real hip hop, man. I'm about to go drop this Nas, show them what's up. Nah. They want Soldier Boy, bam. Put the Soldier Boy on, everybody explode. See what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
You
It's
got to
it's
read the
it's
room.
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, okay. That's dope, man. And, shifting over to, from DJing to rapping, once you started getting serious with the rapping, like who were some of your inspirations? What artists kind of inspired you to want to jump behind that mic?
Um Delta Funky Homo Sapien. Uh yeah, Delta Funky Homo Sapien. Um Souls of Mischief, Spice One, um, Keith Murray, J. Rue the Damager, big time J. Rue the Damager. That was my guy. This
Uh-huh.
dude from the Wu Tang Clan. Well, all Wu Tang, obviously, the whole aura of Wu Tang
Hmm.
was my inspiration. But the guy that got me into writing was a Master Killer. Like his first three or four verses that he
Uh-huh.
did from chess boxing to Glaciers of Ice, and I think
Yeah.
he had another one on Ghostface's album. But those first three verses with all that scientific rap, I was in there because my mom was a teacher, and like I had they they diagnose as ADD now, you know what I'm saying? That short attention span, right? And I was in science class and I always had bad grades because I never did the homework, but I would always pass because I knew the test, because I like what the teacher was talking about when he's talking about the plate tectonics and the crust, the mantle and the core, and plate shifting and all that scientific stuff. I like that because I could put that in my raps, and I was doing that since I was 17. I'm 47 now, so yeah, that was my big inspiration. Those cats right there. I like the scientific rap.
Okay, that's dope. And can you tell us a little bit about the anime influence that's in your music and in your imagery? I see sometimes I see some anime playing in the background a little bit. Talk about that.
Yeah. Well, I'm a kid at heart, and I've never changed. But I didn't know how to freestyle, and every time I was just a DJ, and then my friend, he's my brother, man, Illy. He was from Jersey, so it would be all these cats around our hood trying to battle him. He could destroy them all, but he was by himself. And me, I got in one battle where I was just acting goofy, and I was trying to fit in and help him out, and I couldn't do it. So then one day, um something happened where some guy tried to battle me, and I just started envisioning all the stuff I saw in my head, like from like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter. That's all
Yeah,
my favorite stuff. Marvel. This was like in the '90s before Marvel was hot. I was in
yeah,
the real Marvel '97. That was
hmm,
me.
yeah,
So I just one day I was battling somebody. I said something about I rip your heart out like Kano, and then I was like, knock you out like the Juggernaut, and then it just started clicking. I was like, okay, this is something I could do that ain't nobody doing. They don't know what I'm talking about anyway, so I'm gonna run with it. So yeah, I've been rapping like that since I was 17. That's what motivates me and keeps me going, and I feel like it can bridge the gap between all different kind of people. You know what I mean? So, but yeah,
absolutely. I feel like music in general bridges the gap between all kinds of people, but
yeah.
specifically like to tie the anime world in it, that's a really big culture. So it definitely bridges that gap.
Sorry about that, man. I'm getting over a cold, man.
All good, all good. But talking about, you said you was about to battle and all this other stuff. Speaking of competition, because you also did like a beat battle recently, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, just talk about can you talk about that a little bit, and can you talk about the importance of competition in hip hop?
I feel like competition should always be competition. And I feel like I wish people, when they made their music, just say, hey, this is my persona. This is how I get down. And let's just get back to seeing who could say the wittier stuff, not trying to, people try to live their raps Sometimes people get caught up thinking they're really gangsters and they're not. And I feel like if you talking all this murdering stuff, and then you actually get checked, you got to battle a true lyricist. You know what I mean? You can't step up. Look how many rappers talk about they got a whole album about killing somebody, and when they literally have to literally or lyrically, I'm saying, kill somebody, they have nothing. You know what I'm trying to say? I,
Yeah.
I love I love competition, and I think we need more of that. But I think it needs to be like, not saying everybody got to be best friends, but have a respect where it's like sports. It should be like sports, like basketball. You know what I mean? You're not gonna, if Jordan dunked on you 4 times, you're not gonna go to his locker room and beat him up and try to fight him, because you got to play him. You know, in 2 days you got to play him again. You just got to be prepared to, take him out. I love competition. I think it's the greatest thing. Well, we need more of that in hip hop. We need it skill wise though, competition, not of who got more money, who got more cars, and who got more views and followers. Like, test yourself skill wise. I love competition.
Right. Okay. And as far as trying to get your music out there to as many people as you possibly can to hear it, do you have any advice for any up and coming artists? Something that you wish you knew now, something that you know now that you wish you would have known way back then?
Yeah, I mean, that's hard to say because the music industry they put a wool over our eyes, making us think that you have to put a demo tape out and you would get a record deal. But it's not. It doesn't work that way. You have to be in a certain elite group, or you have to have something in your bloodline, or a best friend. You have to know somebody that knows somebody, or whatever you got to do. It's not, your skills don't matter in the music industry. It's about how they can use you. It's like a big credit card scam. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Where, especially now with the 360 deals, like anything you do, they make money off of it. But what I would say, um, this is me being straight honest. If you up and coming right now, right, and you have a job, keep your job until you completely know that you can make all your money off of all your music. Because a lot of these artists, they look, a lot of these artists that are out here, these big Willie artists, they still have other venues. Like, they're selling merch, they're getting paid to do like things from like YouTube and other stuff. Find other venues, because streaming, you're not gonna make a lot of money off of streaming. So figure out an underground way to make your money, like Bandcamp. iTunes is going out of business now, but if you can get your stuff on iTunes, Bandcamp, get you some merch, even if it's like something off of Vistaprint with your logo on it. Try to do some little mini shows around the hood. Start linking up with other people. If you're a rapper and you dope, just cause it's 1,000 dope people. Sometimes you gonna have to do that free verse that everybody gonna hear. You network by doing certain things. You ain't gotta, like, doing certain things for free and trading, you know what I mean, with other people, and doing, like, networking and stuff like that is gonna get you out there. It might be a verse where you hold on to that you may not get paid for, but if somebody else is big and that thing's gonna blow up, you need to get on there. Whatever, if you can, whatever you can do, a shout out, talk to people. You got to network and keep that going. It's gonna eventually get you where you got to go. But do everything independently now. Don't let nobody. You can make you making $2,000 on your own is still more than these people that got record deals, because you getting straight up cash in your hand. They got to pay all that stuff back. It look like it's a lot of money, but they not making a lot of money. It just looks like that. They got to pay all that stuff back.
Yeah,
I
it's
ain't want
like
to
a
ramble. My
loan.
bad. I ain't want to ramble, dog. I'm
No, no,
sorry.
no. We can get into it because I just want to know, are you completely anti-industry? Like, do you feel like that's just not the way to go at all, or do you feel like it just depends on the situation?
It depends on the situation, what you wanna sacrifice, what you wanna give up. Know what you're getting into before you get into it, and that's with anything in life. That's like,
Mhm.
if it's a hot girl, and she poisonous, but she fine. It's your choice. If you wanna go with that, that's your choice. But know what you're getting into, and when you get into it, just deal with it and weather the storm. You know what I'm saying? I can't say I'm anti-industry, because those are cats that made me what I am today. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Mhm.
It's just me on my personal level, because I'm 47, so I'm older than a lot of people. My mindset is different than everybody else. My I guess you could say my boat already sailed. You know what I'm saying? Like I've already, you know what I mean? I couldn't get on a yacht, so I just had to rent a boat and just,
Like
got
you
to where I
made your
had to
own
go.
way.
So
I
yeah,
I feel
yeah.
like that's how most artists should do, man, because whenever, like, first of all, the labels are starting to fall apart. I know you heard about how Atlantic let go of like 50 some acts all of a sudden out of nowhere.
Hmm.
And I'm starting to notice that some of the big artists like Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick, the biggest, they are going around the DSPs and starting to put music straight to like social media and stuff like that.
I mean, why
So,
not? Your
yeah,
name
why
big
not?
enough.
Hmm.
You
That's what
know,
I'm
you
saying.
name
It's
it.
too many
Yeah.
ways to get straight to the consumer.
Mm-hmm. All the politics and all the other crap. These people you don't even know. Uh, Tommy and Filbert and Joshua, who don't know nothing about hip hop. They don't know nothing about our culture. They want you to jump and dance and shuck and jive and do all these weird little things the industry wants you to do. You just cut out the middle, man. Just cut out the middle, man. Because once you get that record deal, if you don't use that money the right way, you still got to pay that crap back. It's a big credit card, dude. Everybody, I got a black credit card, bro. It's unlimited credit, but you still have to pay it back because it's credit. So
Right.
when you buying like 8 cars and this big old chain, and you know Airbnbs and all this type stuff, whatever it is, and then you sell your records, yeah, you blowing up, you getting all these Grammys and all this crap, but then at the end of the year, you only got like $20,000 physical money to show for it, and then you still got to pay them back. So now you got another album out, and then don't try to get too conscious. If you try to get too conscious, they don't want that. They're using you to keep it dumbed down. If you
Facts.
start getting too conscious, start thinking, they're like, no, that's not what we're not. We don't do that. That's not our industry. Don't. We want you to be, not saying everybody's a puppet, but in their mind, they want you to coon. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what label, it's like you had labels like Raucous and stuff like that, where they kind of let you do what you wanted to do. But a lot, like you said, Atlanta and them.
Yeah.
Look how NBA young boys started trying to get conscious. Like, oh no, we're not gonna let that happen, buddy. Like
Right.
you be who you are, keep murdering people, and we'll, you know,
For what I hear, I don't have any like actual hardcore evidence of this, but I've heard a few times that there are a lot of labels that invest in federal prisons. So
facts.
it's part of keeping that cycle going.
MK Ultra, bro.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And then
Hmm.
I also wanted to ask you, as a fellow rap nerd, I know that hip hop has reached heights that we never could imagine. Like Biggie say, you never thought that hip hop would take it this far. But I want
Hmm.
to know from you, do you feel like hip hop has really gotten the recognition that it truly deserves, or do you feel like we need more?
I don't think we need more. I think we need to take back what we had and reinvent our hip hop. And when I say that, I mean true. Not, I mean, obviously, I don't want to get deep into the color situation, but no matter what color you are, if you understand the culture of hip hop and using it the right way, and know who should be doing it and who should not be doing it, who should be calling themselves hip hop and should not be calling themselves hip hop, we need to get our own way to reinvent hip hop, have our own way to get our own kind of insurance policies, our own like people to back us up when somebody, our own hip hop lawyers. We
Yeah,
need more. We need more people than just somebody that's making the music. We need somebody to watch our
structure.
backs. We
Yeah,
yeah. We need, and honestly, we need more physical bodyguards. We need more people to help protect the culture itself. And all we like not saying a union, but we need some kind of thing where when, like I said, this cat from nowhere comes out of here saying, "I got $1 million. I'm gonna take your style, and then let my son Johnny, who just got out of college, he gonna take your style, and then I'm gonna let him run with it, and then you gonna sit on the wayside, and he gonna blow up, and then we gonna say he real hip hop." You know what I'm trying to say? It's
yeah,
like I just think we need to reinvent, nurture, stop hating, and understand originality is the way. It's the devil's plan to keep everybody doing the same thing over and over again so he can watch over them. When we all different and we all got our own stuff, he don't like that and the powers to be don't like that. But I think we should let these cats who bit our style
Hmm.
let them flounder, fall away, and we still keep some underground stuff that they don't know about. You ain't got to put all your stuff out there. Put some stuff on the shelf. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Because
Yeah,
sometimes your mind is thinking quicker than your body is. So 2 years later, you got something on the shelf that came out that ain't nobody else got. You know what I mean? It's just we don't think smart. We're not smart, so we got to think more smart about this. Just nurture the culture and reinvent it. I say.
for sure, man. I definitely agree. And one thing to add to that that I feel like we need as far as structure, it would be nice to have like a legit hip hop Hall of Fame. Like we got
Facts.
the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and people be all excited when we get in there. And some people would debate that African American people invented rock and roll too, but that's neither here nor there.
Right.
But if we had a hip hop, like I said, I don't want to put race into it. If we had a hip hop awards, like a you know, we could make it to where that's the ultimate honor instead of a Grammy. Because
Right.
people are chasing the Grammys, people are chasing Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I feel like we need an award that holds a lot of weight
Yep.
and not, BET kind of dropped the ball a little bit
Mm-hmm.
because they got bought out.
Yep. They been
So,
got bought out. MTV been got them and VH1, man. You remember
for
how
sure.
everybody was scared? Remember how BT they said it out loud? Black entertainment television. They
Yeah.
was scared, bro. Like hip hop. Um, this how it was. Like back in the day when they brought if they brought the slaves over, that's what they say. Whatever. When the slaves were enslaved, when black folks was enslaved, dude, they know the strongest person out of the whole tribe was the man, right? So what they did was they took the man and they did whatever they did. They made him not as strong anymore. They took
Right.
his wife from him. They
All the
separated the black.
buck
They separate the
breaking,
black.
basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Separate the black one. I mean the light skinned one from the dark skinned ones. Then once that got, they finally let black people get free in the 50s, 60s. And then you got the Black Wall Street. Then they're like, okay, no, you can't have that either. We gonna learn how you made money. Then we gonna give you a little bit and then we gonna push you aside. So then hip hop, once then they said, okay, now black people are starting to have families now. We gonna take the black man out the family again. Separate we can't have him as a leader no matter what. So then fast forward, hip hop is our dad. Whether it's good or bad, I say that. For all of us, hip hop was our big brother, our uncle, our father. They
Hmm.
were saying stuff that nobody would even know. We had our own, just like on the chain gang, and when the slave was talking about, they had the the songs they had, like the freedom songs or whatever, where they was
Hmm.
telling codes. You thought they were spiritual songs, but they had codes. Hip hop had a code. It was our thing. And once they infiltrated that, it's like, okay, we gonna take your codes away. We gonna have these other people come to your place, and then they're gonna take your thing and then tell you what it is, and then we're gonna make money off you, and then we're gonna dilute it and get rid of it. You know what I'm trying to say? I know
Hmm.
I'm rambling. My bad, dude. I get into this too much, man. But
No, you good, man. That's what I'm here for, man. I'm a
yeah,
journalist. I'm always here to gather as much information as possible and from as many different perspectives as possible. And I want to know, how do you feel about the art of beatboxing? That's something that we haven't talked about yet. Like, is
yeah,
that something that you witnessed a lot growing up? Did
bro.
you ever try to get into that?
I did, man, because I didn't have a choice because Run DMC, I was always Jam Master Jay. I wanted to be Run, but then my friends always made me Jam Master Jay, which is good now because I'm dope like that. And that's my guy. Look at that's him right there, bro.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. But
that's fire.
beatboxing so dope with human beatbox. Biz Markie, Rozelle was awesome for the roots. He was phenomenal. It's a lot more out there. Yeah, that needs to happen. But going back real fast about the Hall of Fame. When they make the Hall of Fame for hip hop, they should make it a real Hall of Fame where best dance track, best lyricist. You know what I mean? Not just best song. Have everybody, every part element of hip hop should be rated. You know what I mean? You can't say for example, I'm gonna use Soldier Boy. He made a lot of party songs, for example. Then you got somebody like Kendrick who can make a party song, but he's super lyrical. You can't just like say just because Soldier Boy can't rhyme that he not hip hop and he can't make hip hop music. They should have, okay, best dance song, best YouTube, influence rap, best TikTok rapper, best straight up grimy boom bap rapper. If you stretch it out like that, we'll all get love and won't nobody be fighting. But anyways, yeah.
Okay. Cool, cool. Let's shift gears over a little bit to some of your music. Um, Dark Caesar and the Kingpin. Can you talk about that project a little bit and like just the mindset that you was in doing that?
Yeah, me and FP, Mr. FP, we're supposed to do an album for like a year or so. And we just there was so much going on. I mean, you a busy dude.
Oh yeah.
And I have like goals I want to do in my career in life, and I know what God wants me to do. So it's certain things I have to get out where once I do it, I don't want to do that and then go do something else and come back and it contradicts, my walk. So basically with Dark Caesar, it started with like two songs, three songs. Then I just one day he just started sending me freestyles. Then he started sending me bars or just random stuff. So then I just started grabbing beats as like a puzzle. Then I just started adding everybody else together. The main thing about that was just us being OGs because he's over 40, I'm over 40, to show that there's still top tier MCs out there that can still go hard and still sound relevant and still sound new, but also have that old school edge to it. We need more uncles and dads and grandpas out there that's still strong enough and cool enough. You know what I'm saying? Not the, oh, go in the house, granddad, or you don't know what you're talking about, dad. You need somebody that's tough enough and strong enough to like no. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
But the thing is though, like hip hop recently turned 50, so it's kind of one of them things where it's like hip hop wasn't even that old to really have those OGs and old heads yet, but like now it's getting to the point where you can see some of both because some of the top artists in the game are over 30, like well over 30. Like you see
Hmm.
Griselda and Benny the Butcher and all them, they about to
Yes,
be 40.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep.
So do you think that age ever plays a factor as far as like pursuing whatever you want to do in hip hop, like making beats or rapping? Do you feel like there's an age limit on any of that?
I don't. I think it's an insecurity, and I think it's the people that back you up and the people you listen to. Like same thing you were talking about with your DJing. If you get discouraged and you let gatekeeping people and people knock you down, you're never gonna go forward. If you know something is dope, it don't matter the age. I think all ages need to be in it. I'm like, look at football. Look at the football players now. Half these cats like, who would have thought? What's his name? Gino. What's my guy name? The guy that played for Seattle. Dude, he like almost 35, 36 now. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot I forgot his name. Gino. I forgot his name. But
I couldn't tell you.
yeah, I know. But anyways, but yeah, I think now if you smart enough and you know how to do the music and you know how to stay relevant, it don't matter the age though. Now, if you just an old dude and you want to come out bitter and still prove you can rap, but you still sound like you did a while ago, when you sound like you trying too hard, then yeah, you need to stop. But if the product comes out good, it don't matter what you using, how old you are, where you doing it, how you doing it. As long as it sounds good and it's legit and it's from the heart, I'm cool with that.
Okay. And moving on to the project that you have upcoming. I don't know how much you want to talk about it yet since it's not out, but talk about God's Ear and how you linked up with Complex the producer.
Um, I mean, if y'all listen to, if a lot of people listen to a lot of my music, a lot of my music is basically like it's spiritual gospel with nerdy rap, but it's also heavy battle raps. It's sort of happy but dark at the same time. Not meant to be dark in an evil way, but it's just like it's just so much. It's hard trying to be a positive person because everybody wants to punk you out. So I decided to be the positive person that's good enough to beat up the so-called hardcore rappers. That's why my music is so hard. I try not to cuss because I am a Christian. I want to do what God wants me to do. But the reality is though, it's like I don't want to be fake and do kumbaya when I'm not. I'm feeling the same way you feeling about certain things. So I wanted to give God his thanks by making at least one album before I die. And it's called God's Ear and Complex. We did one song. I always like to like even with you, I like to network with people to get it out there because you never know when your days are numbered. So we did one song called Waste Management. I went off on that. That did good. And he was like, yo, man, he's like, he was like, man, like you inspire me. I've been trying to get myself together. Me and God, I'm trying to get right. So he had his own walk, and I was like, all right, well, maybe I should do a gospel album. It didn't. I'm not a gospel rapper, so it's like, okay, we're gonna do the best we can.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that's why the new album is gonna be, it's gonna be less dark. It's gonna be more towards God. It's gonna be opening people's eyes, but it's also gonna reinvent, like I said, that old hip hop, that old school hip hop feel with a new feeling. So it's gonna be more a little bit more sarcasm, but a little bit more also giving God his dues and letting people know, trying to put them on the right way, but without it being too like, fake or corny or nothing like that.
Right. I can appreciate when people can put together the real positive messages without it being corny. Because there's some
Yeah,
people that, they got the right message, but it's just like, nah, I probably wouldn't be bumping that though.
exactly. Yep.
So, well, I was gonna say, like, having a strong faith and everything like that, and being in love with the culture so much. Have you ever had a time where you felt like, I don't even want to do this no more, or you was about to give up, but your faith obviously carried you on?
Yeah, I add to the point where on a personal life, I found out how I already knew I had faith that Jesus Christ was real. I had faith. You thought about it, you had faith. But then I found out I actually found out the devil was real. So I already knew God was there. I had faith, but then God let me know he was real too. But yeah, so once I found out that the devil was real, that's when Jesus, like, God opened up the floodgates to show me what life is really about. And he was like, yo, okay. Like, then I was like, all right, yeah. That's why I started making music again. Cause I stopped making music in like 2014, 15. I kept my skills up. I'd always write, freestyle. I would, make beats and everything just to stay relevant. So if something ever happened, it's just something I like to do. But yeah, the thing that brought me back was like I got with this guy. Shout out to Taylor Marr, or Light Skin Tay, for Fresh Culture. He's my sponsor for he's a sponsor for us. He sponsors me for his clothing line, but he had his own record label called God Squad, and he let me in. I wasn't necessarily a gospel rapper, but he knew I was a Christian. He knew I went hard. So once that was my renewal. Then I met Mega Ran, who's awesome. I don't know if you ever heard of Mega Ran, but he's like the super one of the, if not the greatest nerdcore rapper of all time. But
Mm.
he let me in, and God started opening these doors for me and showing me like, yo, you don't gotta do this, you don't gotta do that. If you just obey me, I'm gonna give you everything you want. And then he was like, okay, I'm gonna show you stuff you want. I'm gonna give it to you, but you're gonna see you don't need it anyway. You know what I mean? So all these doors just start opening for me. And that's what renewed me. But the real thing that really got me was, I don't know if you remember or not. Um, I was kind of chill on the rapping, but when I had my stroke, bro,
I
when I
do.
had my
Yeah.
stroke, half my body was paralyzed. I had to learn how to talk again. I had to learn how to walk again, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna do one more album just because. And that's my favorite album. It's called dang, I forgot. See, I got the stroke. I got the stroke brain right now. I made so much music, but yeah, but
Yeah.
I made that album, and then that kind of like got me back into like doing it. And once I learned how to talk again and speak again, I was really back at it. But yeah.
So I would imagine that situation and getting through that situation strengthen your faith, right?
Oh, most definitely, dude. Hey, I was on my bed, right, in a hospital, and I was like, yo, God, man, if I'm meant to be paralyzed for the rest of my life, I'm not gonna be mad. I appreciate it. I have a good life. Just show me how to live and appreciate being paralyzed. But I was like, yo, man, if you get me up out of here, dude, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. That's why I make so many songs and stuff, dude. And that's why I try to. I know my stuff is hardcore, but I feel like it's. I'm trying to get some kind of like positiveness out there to the kids to let them know right from wrong. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
I feel like it's needed right now. It's important because I also wanted to ask you, like, right now, you mentioned, like, we talking about drill rap. It's a lot of people talking about killing this, killing that, people trying to live that as well. And, some people wonder if hip hop is what has the direct influence on the community to make it so bad in some of these impoverished parts. Like, do you think that hip hop contributes to that, or do you think it just like starts at home, how you raised or whatever? What part do you think hip hop plays in that, if any?
Nah, I think drill music you got to separate from everything because gangster rap was like it was an act. It was like a persona. It was like educated people that knew how to rap like gangsters and do that. You had a couple street cats, but most of them are really actors. They're Juilliard, like on Malibu's Most Wanted. Not calling them fake, but it was entertainment. But
Yeah.
these boys, you know what I mean? If you're like you said, you know people that live in Chicago, so
Mhm.
all drill music is it has nothing to do with hip hop at all. They just know how the beat is angry and it's like hotcakes. All of them, these cats, they got money. They can get their laptop. They best friend can like pump out like 100 beats a day, and all they gotta do, all they doing is they snitching on themselves, unfortunately, but they don't care. They basically just cussing you out in a poetic form. So like, yo, I just shot Johnny yesterday. You know what I'm saying? I had the blower. I jumped off the porch. Da 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 da. Put the blicky, whatever. They're just speaking. They're just using rap to actually express themselves. It's the same thing. If rap wasn't there, they still be one dude across the street cussing at the other dude. I'm gonna pop you right now. I'm gonna grab. That's why I shot your man up. You know what I mean? So it's kind of
Mhm.
like bickering, but they're actually like going out and doing what they're doing in the music. So I think hip hop itself is just hip hop itself is their way of expressing themselves, but I don't think the culture itself is the reason why they going out killing folks. I just think if it wasn't rap music, if it was football, they go to the football games and fight, wearing different jerseys and stuff. That's just the nature of, you know what I'm saying, the beast, I guess you could say.
Okay. And like, where do you see hip hop going, within the next 5, 10 years? Do you actually feel like stuff like that will get better over time? Do you have faith that it will, or do you think that it's just going like it's still
I
getting
think
worse?
drill, I think drill is gonna die out, and unfortunately, I think the people that's making drill, a lot of them gonna be in jail. They gonna die too. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of states are actually banning the drill sound or drill rappers, or they're getting investigated. But on a level of just rap in general, we gotta be independent and we all gotta gather together because the powers that be is coming. They got these AIs. They can take my voice, your voice. They can have Elvis rap like Tupac. You know what I'm saying? And they
Mhm.
can put it over a trap beat. And once you put it on TikTok, they don't care how dope Nas is. They don't care how dope Kendrick is. Once that little TikTok hit, they don't matter. Long if it's that instant gratification, if Tommy like it, then Janet like it, and then two of her friends like it, and it blow up, it's gonna be a done deal. They've been trying to take our culture and then dilute it and take it over anyway. They use it to make money. Now they gonna eat us up, spit us out. They gonna have robots rapping. They gonna have, like I said, like what's that guy Ian? They're gonna have more
Yeah.
Ians out here. They're gonna have more Ians out here, and people ain't gonna care because that's all that matters. So we gotta be smart and reinvent hip hop, be original, stick together, stop hating, and then yeah, let's start our own new hip hop. Or you know what I'm trying to say, we have to separate. We have to separate.
Yeah, we got to preserve the culture.
Mm-hmm.
Really do. And I also want to know, you talked about robots rapping and stuff. How do you feel about the incorporation of AI? Because it's everywhere now,
Bro,
man. I
I
imagine
mean, hey,
MCs are using it to write their lyrics. I imagine people using it to help make beats. Like, what's your take on that?
hey, before you answer that, you see how fat I am, bro?
Oh, man. What's going on over there, man? What's happening?
It's that chubby syndrome, man.
Hey, when you need a snack,
I miscalculated my mark, man.
hey, man, sometimes it happens, bro. Uh,
Anyway, my bad. Hey, ask that question again, yo.
Now I was just asking, like, as far as as far as AI, like, I know MCs is using it to help them write bars. I know people is probably using it to help them make beats and whatnot. just what's your take on people using AI to create music?
Man, if you here, AI is dope when I can take an old song and I can't get the drums out of it, and I can separate the stems from the voice and the sample and the drums. That is phenomenal. I love that. That's awesome. But don't call yourself a top tier lyricist if you letting, like, you know what I'm saying, AI, you know, take you say one word, then they rhyme to it. That's whack to me. That's trash. I don't care. I don't care. If it's something, like I said, if it's your job to do that and you getting paid to do it, then do what you gotta do. Make that money. But don't try to come across you a sucker. I think that's a whack move. If you doing it, if you off the bat say, hey, I can't really rap, so I use AI and that's my thing. I'm an AI rapper, then that's fine. But when you trying to act like you get all these views and you acting like you top tier and you actually cheating, no, I hate it. And I know, bro. You know what else is
Do
sick?
you
I heard,
view
man.
do you
Sorry,
feel
go ahead.
do you view ghostwriting the same way?
Man, if you an entertainer and you about to get that bag and you need somebody to write for you and you're an entertainer, if you a rap star entertainer, then you do what you gotta do to get that bag, because you're not trying to say you're an MC or a lyricist or you this hardcore battle rapper. If you say I'm a rap star, then shoot, you ain't gotta write none of your rhymes. As long as you can perform good and people like it, that's cool. But when you trying to bring it on to a level of straight like the hip hop, that then I got an issue. Yeah, that's whack. But dude, let these ghostwriters eat though, man. For real. Cause Cardi B got a ghostwriter, and here's the thing. It's still an art to having somebody write something for you, but then saying it. But then for you to say it better than the ghostwriter can say it, that's still a code thing going on there. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Cause like just cause you a ghostwriter don't mean you can perform, like, you know what I'm trying to say? Like, I can write a dope rhyme, Twister style, but Twister gonna say it better than me. You know what I'm trying to say? So it all it so it's if you get in the bag and you admit, if you just a superstar, I'm cool. But I'm all about the fakery. I ain't got time for the fakery. Don't be fake and come across and you trying to sun everybody else when you a cheater. That's what I don't like.
Right. Okay. And man, that's pretty much all I got. If you want to let them know what's next for King Size the Veteran.
What's next is I'm gonna get this stain off my shirt because I miscalculated my drink. That's in
Right.
the future now.
That's in the immediate future.
But yeah, no, I got a mixtape coming out. Right now the name of it is Verbal Wars, but I'm gonna I might change the name, but I got a mixtape. It's gonna have me, FP on there, Aramis, Complex, Mega Ran, Supreme the Almighty, Heavy Hands, Nick Fury, and a couple other special guests. It's battle rap orientated. It's pretty brutal, man. It's pretty brutal. I'm gonna try to get that out by the end of the year. If I don't, I'll have it out like first week in January. But that's that. So yeah, everybody check me out. Google King Size the Vet and King Size the Veteran, because sometimes people can't find my music. You gotta Google both of them, and then you'll see me.
Okay, for sure, for sure. And there it is. And I want to thank King Size the Veteran again for coming on the program today.
Yeah, appreciate you, man. Hey, keep doing what you doing. Hey, you gotta watch out too, though, man, because they gon' once they get done infiltrating the hip hop dudes,
Mm,
all y'all influencer and all y'all YouTubers, they gonna try to get at y'all too. You see, they already making y'all say certain things a certain way. But they
yeah.
anything that got some kind of influence is underground that they can't control, they gonna try to control it, man.
Right, but that's exactly why with Rap Nerd, man, I've been trying to build my own from ground zero. I
Yes.
am like using social media to push it and everything, but I want to have my very own. I got my very own website, my own radio station, so I
Yep.
try to bring it all back to my own platforms because I know that
Yep.
they can pull the carpet right up under you from whenever they want to.
hmm And
Um,
man, I'm proud of you though, man. A lot of people can't say they got their own radio. And
yeah,
bro,
man.
you got some dope stuff on there too. That's another thing we need, and like in hip hop, we need more people like you. Everybody don't gotta just be in the spotlight rapping. Like, be in the background, letting everybody else shine. There's so many great artists out here that we'll
Yeah,
never know about because they keep feeding us the same six
for
every
sure.
year. But
Yeah.
man,
I try
love,
to
man. I
tell
appreciate
people,
you.
yeah, for sure, man. I was just gonna say, I try to tell people, man, there's so many, there's millions of artists on these streaming platforms. So if you don't want to listen to the ones that they push in your face, just scroll a little bit, do a little bit deeper diving.
Got you.
I
Yep.
mean, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But again, thank you for coming on the program, man. And you said everybody can find you, King Size the Veteran or King Size the Vet on Google. And we're going to go ahead and get up out of here, man. So, as I always say, until next time, if you don't have a vision, you better off blind. And if you don't live with a purpose, you better off dying. It's your boy D Sick, aka the rap nerd, King Size the Veteran. And we out of here, baby. Peace.
You're now listening to Rap Nerd Radio, the world's best indie hip hop.